and welcome to Nerd Alert on this beautiful new spaceship, which I would say is an upgrade.
It's pretty cool.
Because who else has a spaceship? I am joined by Jenna Busch.
Hello.
Jenna is a very, very strong writer. She's everywhere. She's on Sci-Fi Fangirls. She's written a bunch of books. She's often on movie sets. Which we should not be talking about right now. But
I don't sleep.
You did recently come back from a junket for The Incredibles 2, which I am very excited to talk about. So, spoiler alert, if you have not seen Incredibles 2, this segment does spoil some parts of it. Yeah. Not major plot points, but some parts of it for sure.
Also, go see it.
Also, you should see it. It's a wonderful movie.
It's so good.
Go watch my review. Go watch What the Flicks review. It's great.
So good.
So in this, towards the end of the movie, I mean, well, in the whole movie, we see Jack. He once again has a bunch of powers that we did see at the end of the original Incredibles, but it's really, really expanded upon in this.
Funny.
At one point, Mr. Incredible says he has 17 powers. That's too many powers, everyone.
Yeah.
When I was counting, I counted maybe 6, maybe 7. I was wrong because CNET's Eric Franklin actually published a list of what he believes them all to be. I think one of them is wrong. You will maybe agree with me, maybe not. So, of course, we know of multiplication. Multiplication. This happens 3 times throughout the film. Once during the raccoon fight, once at Edna's house, and once during the finale. We've seen him turn into a demon when he wants cookies. That's another power.
I often turn into a demon when I want cookies.
Yeah.
You may have seen this.
Yes. We do see him launch several powers at once, including fire, including laser eyes, including electricity powers emission. Electric powers, Pikachu powers. He can also grow very large in a very short amount of time. He seems to be able to go through dimensions, but still communicate them. Very Twilight Zone-y with that one. He can metamorphosize. So there's this one part where he's talking to Edna, and he makes his face, including his hair, look like Edna. So
that sequence is one of the best ones in the movie.
I mean, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, and the raccoon.
The raccoon one is good.
And all the rest of it.
But when he's copying Edna, and Edna like gets obsessed with him, is something that I loved. He has super strength. We see him fighting not just a raccoon, but like tossing chairs in the air. And during that raccoon fight, we also find out he's invulnerable.
Yep.
Mr. Incredible picks him up and says like, "You don't have a scratch on you. This is amazing." And then he starts flying. It's crazy. It's a lot. He can also seem to float. Kind of like a zero-G thing, not really flying, but ignoring gravity, which is pretty impressive. He seems to have telekinesis during the fight with the raccoon and removing goggles later on. He can launch himself with a sneeze.
I think that might be my favorite.
Yeah, but it's so random because you don't choose when you get to sneeze.
No.
Unless you find allergens and just stuff them up your nose. But
I see a new sequence.
That seems like a negative part of being a superpowered person.
We don't shove pollen up our noses.
He seems to be able to walk through walls. I mean, at one point he shoots through the roof of the Incredibles' house, and it's very scary because he's a baby. He can turn his skin into metal, which was in the first Incredibles.
Right.
He can turn into an amorphous blob that you can't just hold. He can just like slip through.
He's Jello.
Into like a Dungeons and Dragons style flan. And the last one is the one I disagree with on Eric Franklin's list, which is mimicry. That means it's not carbon copying. It's like if I were just copy you and be like,
I know you are, but what am I? Yeah, that kind of.
That's not a power. That's something children
power,
do.
yeah.
But this list is very good. I feel like, okay, so when I first saw this, I thought, oh, he has all these powers. They're going to narrow down to his true power.
Yeah.
But the Incredibles, Bob and Helen, they don't seem to have any experience with this, which means Violet and Dash only had one power or like one basic set of powers the whole time. I think they're going to grow up. Jack's going to be like a Superman type where he's just invulnerable.
Is he going to turn into a supervillain?
Maybe. That would suck, but
then he can turn back by the end. I want Incredibles 3.
That's like Incredibles 40. Okay.
Okay, that's fine too. I'm okay with that.
But like Dash and Violet are going to grow to resent him.
Yeah.
Because he's too powerful, and they're just, they have powers. They make very creative use of it, but they can't do what he does.
No, and, when he's 2 and annoying, then, yeah, that's... God. See? Incredibles 3.
Incredibles 3 is going to be hard. I don't know if I could be a parent. This is a lot of work.
Get a cat. Super cat.
I have a cat.
Yeah. Super cat. Your cat's cute.
If you could choose any of these powers, which one would you pick?
I don't want to say sneeze-induced flight, but that is my favorite.
I choose the demon.
I think demon. Yeah, I think so. I think that'd be the most useful.
Well, I mean, a lot of these are other superheroes, like walking through walls, carbon copy.
Walking through walls would be good, too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a lot of issues with Shadowcat's powers. Yeah. I think if you have these all together, this is too much. I think you got to narrow it down, Jack. It's going to be very hard to parent you
Cookie Demon
in the future, but it will make for a good sequel.